Hi everyone, this is Meenakshi Ramesh from tapyawaytohealing.com. Today we are continuing with the April is Autism Awareness Month series of videos. We are honoring neurodiversity and autism this whole month. And in today's video, today I have a guest with me. Her name is Yamini Mitter, and she's going to be sharing and talking with all of us about meditation, mainly transcendental meditation. Before we get started, I would like to read Yamini's bio. Just a second, let me pull it up. Yamini Mitter is a producer, director, and co-hosts a radio show called the Online Samosa with Sandeep Tiwari on Bali 92.3 FM, which airs Sunday at 7 p.m. on Bali 92.3 FM. Yamini is an avid meditator and has been doing transcendental meditation for the past 5 years, a little more than 5 years actually. So that's a short intro about Yamini. I met Yamini through this film called Ek Soch documentary that was done for International Women's Day by this YouTube channel by this company called Random Drifts. And that is how I got introduced to Yamini. And during our conversation, I came to know that Yamini is a meditator. The reason I wanted Yamini to share her experiences about meditation is because all of us can benefit from meditation, especially this month since we are focusing on autism. My focus is mainly on the caregivers who take care of individuals on the autism spectrum and neurodiverse people, and how meditation can be very beneficial for them. So I look at it more like a self-care tool, and that's why we have Yamini here to share her experiences about transcendental meditation. So let me just go here and check the questions. Okay, to begin with, let's start off by you sharing how you got into meditation, Yamini.
Well, in the beginning, my warm namaste to all your listeners and viewers. Thank you, Meenakshi, for inviting me to talk on your YouTube channel. And your YouTube channel is on tapping, am I right?
Yes, yes.
So don't forget everyone, don't forget to subscribe to your channel. It's a great channel. I've already watched it. Thank you.
Okay.
So meditation, when we talk about meditation, meditation is basically a movement. It started by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi in India back in 1950s. And I'm going to start with a quote by him. And he says, though through transcendental meditation, the human brain can experience that level of intelligence, which is an ocean of all knowledge, energy, intelligence, and bliss. So I've been doing meditation, like you already mentioned in my bio, 5+ years. And it all started with Sandeep Tiwari, who is a certified transcendental meditation teacher. And he also teaches Vedanta. And in one of our Vedanta classes, we had come to know that he teaches meditation. So we requested him, can you please hold a workshop for us? And he did. And so he gave us all the initial knowledge of where it started, what it is, and how can it be done. And then it's a mantra-based meditation. If you read about it, it's a mantra-based, and a small mantra or a sound. It doesn't have to be a big mantra or something. Very simple sound is given to each student, and it's not to be shared with anyone else. They say that's the that's the story behind it. Right. And so we all got a mantra, and then the good part is that you can do it twice a day, 20 minutes each. That's the ideal thing, ideal way to do it to start with. And so, I started doing it. In the beginning, I was not very regular, of course. With any new kind of thing to incorporate in your life, one takes a little bit time and some kind of, focus. And I used to do it on and off. And then slowly and steadily, I said, no, I think this is going to really make a difference in my life. And I stuck to it, and I started with 20 minutes each. Then I did one time in a day, 40 minutes. And now I'm up to 1 hour each day, early morning, every morning.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's so inspiring, Yamini. Awesome. And I
Thank you.
and as you're saying, initially, even though you had this hump of like, am I going to be able to do it? I think
Yes,
you were able to get over it because you saw the benefits yourself, right? It
yes,
was really
yes.
helping you, and then you kept up with it. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
So you can you did mention when we were talking when we spoke on the phone the other day that you've been were helping your father-in-law with yoga and meditation. If we can talk a little bit about that for our audience, it would be
Yes,
great. Yeah.
definitely. My father-in-law is going to be 89 this September, and he recently got diagnosed with dementia. And with dementia, we all know how it is. It's memory loss, basically. And so at this point, his walking is also not like erect. He bends, back is not straight. But, he's also learned transcendental meditation, same thing from Sandeep Tiwari back then when he was teaching. And so he knows what it is. He has a mantra. Even my mother-in-law, actually, our entire family learned meditation. So with the dementia, his activities are limited, right? He cannot remember a few things, so then he has to do certain things in a routine. And they say with the dementia patients, routine is very important, and discipline is very important. So what I do is I've started going in the morning. I spend about 1.5 hours with them. They live very close by, 7 minutes away from our house, and so I go in the morning. We do yoga, stretching, and then we do meditation. We started with 5 minutes, and now we are up to 20 minutes. So they're able to both. And my mother-in-law also joins us, and then after that I take him for a walk for about maybe 30 minutes of 35 40 minutes. So
Mm.
I can see that the routine, if this routine sets in his life, it's good for him,
Mm.
good for everyone
Mm.
around. Because
Right.
if a dementia patient is able to do all these things and without any disruption, and able to take care of themselves, it is good for them, for their own health.
Mm.
And it
Mm.
affects my mother-in-law because she's the caregiver right now, and she's the
Mm.
one who's around him all the time. And they do a lot
Mm.
of gardening also. But the thing is, there are
Mm.
certain days he just doesn't want to do it, and I can
Mm.
understand that. And so I just
Mm.
take him for a walk, and then maybe in the
Mm.
backyard when we sit there, he walks with a walker.
Mm.
We'll sit and we do meditation right there. So
Awesome, awesome.
yeah, it's important, I think, for any age, starting 10 years and above, to incorporate this thing in their lifestyle. Very important.
Right, right. And I'm so glad you shared, Yamini, that, if an 81, 89-year-old person who has dementia can do this, I'm sure all of us can really,
Yes,
learn and try to do a little bit of it, little by little, slowly build it up.
yes.
So thank you for sharing your personal story. So let's move on to defining what is transcendental meditation.
Yes. So TM means the transcendental meditation is a silent mantra meditation advocated by a transcendental meditation movement. Maharshi Mahesh Yogi began teaching the technique in India in the mid 1950s, like I mentioned. And it involves the use of a silent use sound called mantra. And it's practiced 15 to 20 minutes twice a day. And you sit in a comfortable chair or anywhere it is comfortable for you, and it allows the active, agitated, and thinking mind to settle down and access the field of calm that lies deep within all of us. And it's a good analogy is like the ocean is choppy on the top, right? But as
Mhm.
you go do the cross section of the sea, when you go under, it's all calm deep inside. So that is how our mind is. And it's not TM is not a religion, it's not a philosophy, and not a change in lifestyle. So it's
Mhm.
just a movement which Maharshi Mahesh Yogi started. And
Mhm.
there are so many celebrities who have been practicing TM for many, many years. Jerry
Mhm.
Seinfeld has practiced or is still practicing for the last 40 years. He's learned meditation,
Right.
and he still does that.
Yeah.
Jack Human, Clint Eastwood, you name them, and Oprah Winfrey,
Mm.
all these people
Mm.
have been. So they, and Beatles, back in
Mm.
1968, Beatles went to
Mm.
Rishikesh in northern India,
Mm.
and they went to the
Mm.
ashram, Maharshi Mahesh Yogi's ashram, and they learned meditation.
Mm.
Because they're,
Mm.
how they were so popular, and uh,
Right.
they really wanted to learn how to get the anxiety down and calm themselves. So they learned that one. So we have great
Right.
examples in front of us.
Right, right. I'm glad you mentioned Jerry Seinfeld because I happened to watch his video where he shares about, transcendental meditation and how it helped him. And if I
Uh-huh.
remember correctly, he even shares about how it helped him heal I think he had some skin issue or something. It helped
Okay.
him, clear his skin. And
Mm-hmm.
initially he thought like, okay, what is this? I'm waking up in the morning and I'm doing this meditation. It feels like I'm going back to sleep again. But then,
Yeah.
as you said, with time he kept
Yes.
doing it, and it's 40 years since he's not given up at
Yes.
all. So that's just, I'm
Yes.
glad you shared
Yes.
that. Normally when celebrities do such things, it catches people's attention, right, including
You're
all of
right.
us. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yes. Yes.
um so can anyone learn this form of meditation? Can anyone learn it?
Yes, anyone ages 10 and above. That's what they say in their movement that anyone ages 10 and above can learn it. And I think this
Hmm.
form of meditation, because it doesn't have to be a very concentration kind of meditation, right? It's just what the mantra, you have the mantra, and then how they say it, let the thoughts come in. They're more than welcome to come in, and they're more than welcome to leave. So as the one thought gets stuck to your mind, you say your mantra. So what happens is
Hmm.
you say your mantra, that thought will go away. But our
Hmm.
mind is a monkey mind. We all know that.
Hmm.
That thought will come back.
Right,
Some other thought will come back again, and it will stay in your mind. So you say
right,
the mantra again.
right.
That way, you are building your brain muscles because you're not
Hmm.
letting that thought stay, right? You know,
Hmm.
it goes and comes, it goes and comes and goes and comes. And that's how it happens. And they say, even if
Hmm.
you go to sleep during the meditation, that's okay.
Hmm.
In the
Hmm.
beginning you will, a lot of people do, and they say, oh, I'm not doing the right way. No, it's okay.
Hmm.
You may fall asleep, and
Hmm.
slowly and steadily the brain muscles
Hmm.
are going to get strong, and then you reach, when you do the meditation, you will not know where you are. You reach a different realm,
Hmm.
and I've experienced
Hmm.
that. And I'm in a
Hmm.
different world, and when I come back,
Hmm.
and I immediately
Hmm.
come to know, my body tells me, oh, 1 hour is about to end, and I do put a
Hmm.
timer on my watch, but then
Hmm.
my body tells me 1 hour is over, and it just come back,
Hmm.
you know. So
Hmm.
it's just
Hmm.
amazing, Meenakshi. It's just,
Hmm.
it's a life changing, I would say. It's not a
Hmm.
lifestyle, but it's a life changing movement. Just
Right.
very good for anyone, for kids especially in a high school, or even
Hmm.
elementary. With our kids in
Hmm.
Bay Area, they are
Hmm.
living in a very stressful situations because it's a lot of
Hmm.
competition. They are
Hmm.
competing with themselves and the people and their
Hmm.
students and their
Hmm.
friends around. So I think
Right.
learning that the meditation to calm
Hmm.
yourself down does help
Hmm.
a lot. Does help a lot.
Hmm. Right, right. So, and there is more and more science and research coming out,
Hmm.
getting published each and every day about the benefits of meditation in terms of
Hmm.
improving our health, health and wellness, our quality of life. Yamini, are you there? So, what I was saying was, anyone, you said, you mentioned that anyone can learn it, and there is more and more research about coming out these days, with published studies where they're talking about the benefits of meditation in terms of our health and wellness, how it improves
Hmm.
the quality of life in our
Hmm.
relationships, because you're going to, when you show up from a place of peace and quiet and calm,
Yes.
the
Yes.
people around you
Yes.
are also going to get benefited. Yeah, so thank
Correct.
you for
Correct.
sharing that. And could you, because we are focusing on the caregivers
Hmm.
for individuals on the autism spectrum, could you talk a little bit about how meditation can be a self-care tool for caregivers? Anyone who's You already shared your experience, but just
Yes.
to,
Yes.
the goal of this question is to encourage everyone to meditate. Even if you begin with 5 minutes a day, just to encourage everyone to
Yes.
meditate, including myself. Yeah.
Sure. Definitely. So the caregivers are in a lot of stress most of the times, and they forget to take care of themselves, right? So by
Right,
practicing
right.
meditation, they can calm themselves. Self-care is
Mm,
is often used term for an approach to fighting caregiver. Meditation can help to cultivate mindfulness, which combats stress and burnout.
mm,
Self-awareness enables caregivers to become more empathetic about their clients' feelings and gain the emotional intelligence needed to provide adequate care. So, caring for the elderly can be a very demanding yet a rewarding task. Fortunately, the right attitude and values will surely make this task a whole lot easier.
Right, right. And yeah, when you're, and also I feel when we, any practice, when we begin to do that, when we are modeling that to the people around us, to our loved ones, I think eventually they also want to do it instead of just we telling, preaching them like, can you please do meditate? Like in your case, you said your entire family got trained in meditation, right? I think
Yes.
that is such a welcome, activity because those are all the things that's very hard to encourage people to join in. So if everybody does it, if one person does it, and it's like a ripple effect. If everybody gets inspired and if they can do it, I think that's really awesome. Yeah, and I'm glad you shared that. So
And Meenakshi, I wanted
yeah,
to also add that,
mm,
my kids have been doing it too, but my younger one,
mm,
because our kids do have a stressful job. If
right,
they,
right,
they don't know how to handle it, how to
mm,
handle the stress, then it becomes very, burdensome on them. So my younger one does practice meditation and he does see the effect immediately. Like in
mm,
the morning, he gets up and he does meditation right there in the bed. And the
mm,
entire day of work, he does feel the
mm,
difference that he's able to handle stress in a better manner. So
mm,
it
mm,
does really affect, especially the young generation and the
mm,
younger people.
mm.
They see the effects much more quicker than the older
Mm.
people. you
Right,
know,
right,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Just like in tapping, we always say, children they shift much faster because their energy
Yes,
body, the life force energy is not so very blocked or clogged like ours. Like because we are much older, then we just
yes,
we just build these layers. With children, younger people, they shift much fast, and I'm sure that's true with meditation also.
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
and thank you for sharing that. How long does it take to see and experience any results, benefits?
So results may
When,
vary from a person to person in a different situation. A person in depression can benefit a lot if they're regular
mm,
meditators, right? It doesn't. So they say if you are regularly meditating for 40 minutes a
mm,
day,
mm,
regularly within a year,
mm,
you will see a difference in you.
mm,
And
mm,
if you are not, then it will take 3 years. So you have to
mm,
be very, very regular. And same as
mm,
for kids, if they do it regularly,
mm,
they'll see in 6 months they'll see the difference in themselves. And for
mm,
adults
mm,
it takes longer, so adults have to
mm,
stick to a longer, I mean, they can see the results at a longer time than the kids.
mm, okay, okay.
Yes.
And where can people get trained in transcendental meditation? Where can they learn? If you can share some details about that.
Yeah, so there are certified transcendental meditation teachers, and one
Mm,
should go on the tm.org,
mm,
the website, and they
mm,
have all the information. And uh, they have the information of teachers here in all over the
mm,
world basically. So you should find out, if you
mm,
are interested in Bay Area, you can find out who are
mm,
the certified teachers and
mm,
definitely
mm,
go and join their class or workshop whenever they hold it. Even Sandeep Tiwari
mm,
also holds the transcendental meditation workshops, so anyone
mm,
can reach him at
mm,
sandeep.tiwari@gmail.com, and you can share it at the end of the our interview. And
mm.
he also hosts he actually teaches the workshops. So it's readily available. It's all around us. We just have to access it.
Right, right. And I've also had the privilege of meeting Sandeep Tiwari in an event, and also I attended his intro talk about transcendental meditation. So ever since I listened to him, it's been very inspiring for me as well. So hope
Okay,
I get to learn it also sometime through him. Um,
sure.
yeah. So any final thoughts, comments, or anything that you want to share with our audience? And yeah, I just something popped in my mind. I know I'm going to kind of put you on the spot, but you can feel free to pass the question. The mantra that you were talking about, you said it's individualized. So when you meditate, do you say the mantra out loud, or you just say
No,
it in your mind?
in my mind.
In your mind. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
the one. The other question is, what is the difference between guided meditation audios that we listen online on YouTube, or there are apps with someone guiding us and meditating, and transcendental meditation?
So guided meditation is for people who have never had the experience of meditation at all, and
Mhm,
so those who have tough time concentrating, means sitting quietly or calm for some
mm,
time. So the guided meditation is
right.
someone is talking to you continuously, right? Is giving you the directions.
Right.
Whereas in transcendental meditation, it's mantra based in the beginning also, because the certified teacher has to teach you. So they also teach you how to do it. They'll talk to you and they'll go over with it. But after some time, they'll give you the mantra and then you practice with the mantra. The guided meditation you can do is in the beginning, but then also later on you can just do it without the guidance, because if you get the, the whole purpose, the end result is to become calm and actually develop your brain muscles so that they are stronger enough for you to handle any kind of stress or difficult situations.
Right. Like, it's like going to the gym and building your muscle, right? Every time you said the
Yes.
brain muscle, that's what comes to mind.
Yes.
It's like, you're just building the muscle and by just being regular and, getting into that quiet, still place. And a lot with me, like even just passing a few moments and just spending time with, even with online meditations, I notice that my memory improves and I'm able to access some ideas, like, more creative ideas do come. Comes to our mind. With a little bit of what I do. So please share your final thoughts, comments with our audience, and I'm going to post all the useful links, your podcast links, everything in the description, so that audience can click and watch and subscribe to your podcast as well.
Definitely. My experience, I really want to share this. Why? Because it did make a difference in my life. I was on a high blood I'm still on a high blood pressure pill for the last couple of years, more than 5-6 years. And because I have a history of hypertension from my mother, so I was taking the full dose of the medication. And once I started doing meditation, my dose has come down to half now. And I, encourage the listeners and viewers to not just take the step by themselves, but always consult the physician before you do something like this. So once my doctor, because every time I used to go to the doctor, I used to have high numbers, and I had a white coat syndrome, but my numbers at home also were high. So then after meditation, she saw my numbers and it was amazing. She said, okay, you reduce it to half. So now I'm in a very small half a pill. And my aim is to get rid of the pill. And with the TM, it is a lot of people who have been doing it for many, many years, they do say their blood pressure has basically just come to normal. And that is one thing which I really did see a big difference in my life. Another thing was I lost my mother 8 years ago, and I was on the verge of depression. I remember it very well. And anytime I used to hear her name or anybody talking mother or something, I used to just cry. So Sandeep Tiwari helped me come out of the depression by talking to me regularly and continuously, and also making me, pushing me to do meditation regularly. And that's how I reached the 40 minutes to 1 hour level. And now I think I'm very thankful that this meditation has helped me come out of the depression and help me resolve it. What bothers me, right? And another very good thing about meditation is once you are an avid meditator, your reaction is it's not immediate, right? We all are reactive human beings, right? Immediately we react to emotions, right? But with meditation, I think you develop the brain muscles, right? It helps you to delay that reaction or think before you react. So that is very important for everyone, from little kids to older people. It's very important to understand that.
Right. You basically react less and respond more, right?
So yes, think before I react. Yes. And if I react, I think about it. Okay, what was that I did was wrong and was right? And if it was wrong, how can I fix it? So that also is helping because of the Vedanta class also, but meditation helps. So it's kind of goes hand in hand together.
Awesome. Very, very nicely put, Yamini. Thank you for sharing your experience and, giving all the information about transcendental meditation. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And it's my only wish, hope, and prayer that, our audience who is watching this will get inspired and get trained in meditation, especially transcendental meditation, and improve their quality of life so that they can be fully present for their the loved ones.
Yes.
Thank you, Yamini. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi, for giving me an opportunity. I really appreciate it. And we'll follow your channel on tapping and try to learn tapping too.
Yes. Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.